But when I tell you that this has been life changing, okay, completely redirected the course of my life changing. When I was first introduced to X39 a little over a year ago, as Steve Merritt said, I didn't believe it, and boy, did I not want it to work. I couldn't believe that something that size could do anything for me. But I gave it a try under the coercion of my husband, who wouldn't rub my back, which hurt all the time because I sit 12, 14 hours in a chair in a law office. And I knew it wouldn't hurt me. I watched the videos, and probably about what some of the things you've heard already seem unbelievable, because they do seem unbelievable, but I can tell you they're true. But I was skeptical. But I did know it wasn't going to hurt me when he said, yes, I'll rub your back, but you have to put the patches on. Okay. All I wanted was a back rub. As it would turn out, I was a 1-patch wonder and a 3-patch miracle. The third day on the patch has been one of the most significant things to have turned my life around. I was at the point, I'm 49 years old, and I could not stand up from my desk without my knees cracking and hurting and having to hold on to my desk to steady myself. It was almost like my knees had to line up with each other. And I thought, okay, you're getting older, you're a little heavier. Well, then I was a lot heavier. And this was just part of life. And I had accepted it, and I'd come to terms with it. It was embarrassing when I went out, because if I had to get up and use the restroom with my friends, or God, especially my boss, you get up to go to the bathroom and you have to stand and hold on and wait for your knees to adjust before you can take a step so you don't fall. And then you just lie and say, oh, my foot's asleep. I didn't realize really how much it had impacted my life. Well, day 3 on the patch, I got up to the bathroom for I don't know how many times that day. It was 4:30 or so in the afternoon, and it dawned on me as I was headed down the stairs, the half flight of stairs to the restroom, that I had not held on to my desk, steadied myself, not a single time the entire day. I couldn't believe it. My knees, for the first time, and I don't even know how many years, did not hurt. And then I started thinking about other things, like, my back's not uncomfortable. I haven't asked Tony to rub it or pop it or anything for 3 days, right? The mental clarity I had, you guys, was just amazing. And talking about the brain balance and the focus and the vitality, the shortest version I can give, in 2010, I was critically ill, died, did the whole thing, spent 40 days on life support, and I was in a medically induced coma. Well, that took 12 years of memories from my life away from me when I was in that coma. And all this time later, I hadn't gotten them back. When my daughter died in 2020, at the age of 22, when I lost her, there is no more unimaginable pain. But even worse than that was, I couldn't remember her from the time she was about 7 years old until she was about 17. It was even more heartbreaking than you can imagine. So fast forward to being on the patch about 6 months, and all of a sudden, all the Xanax I had to take, the antidepressants, the sleeping pills it takes to calm your brain and your nerves after you lose a child, I started falling asleep without them. And I didn't have anxiety anymore. And I don't know, it was just out of nowhere. And I can't even tell you the exact day I quit taking that stuff, but I don't take it anymore. So when I tell you I can't keep up with my hair and nails because they grow too fast, I've given in to let my hair grow out, ladies. This has been life-changing for my husband. He's a cancer survivor, and that PSA started to creep up again on us, right? And if you're older and you're a man or you're a wife, the last thing you ever want to see is that PSA creeping up. 9 months ago, my husband's PSA had creeped back up to a 14, and now it's 0.3. And I would be willing to bet my next 10 paychecks plus my next 10 LifeWave checks that when we go back in 6 weeks, his PSA will be undetectable. Life changing. You know, I will, if I'm drawing breath on this earth, there will be a patch on me. They will bury me in this patch. So, guys, you don't know what you've been introduced to if this is your first time here. I know it sounds crazy, but give it time. The other thing, and let me just emphasize on time, consistency with this thing. A year ago, I was 110 pounds heavier. I didn't eat bad. I didn't eat yucky. I walked, I did things, and I couldn't drop the weight. And then in November, I mean, I had lost a few pounds when I first started on it, but in November, the pounds have just been shredding because my body is reversing aging. My metabolism is back to what it was before I had children when I was a teenager. So, you know, you may not feel it working right away. I was lucky. I'm one of the ones that had immediate results, but stay with it, be consistent. A patch for every decade is the minimum you have to try this. And you will not regret that you did it. I promise you.